Hey, this is Groovey from Colorado Music Buzz and Hollywood Music TV. I'm here with MC Lars and Weerd Science, Denver Vans Warped Tour. How's it going, guys?
It's great, man. We're final week of Warped Tour. It's been great. We've been on the whole thing.
Nice. So how's everyone been treating you, man? How's the tour going?
I mean, it's been awesome. The tour is so well run, and they take great care of the bands. We're kind of different. We do hip hop. We're like one of the only hip hop acts on the tour, and
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like we've gotten a good reception. Everyone's been really cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, we've definitely taken full advantage of the opportunity that Warped Tour presented for us, and it's been a lot of fun too. A lot of, make friends with a lot of bands, and it's a real communal atmosphere, and it's been, pretty close to perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What's been the best town for you guys so far? Best crowds?
And at Mountain View, Lars is from the Bay Area, and that show was just like, for me especially, just mind-blowing. It was
Right.
a couple thousand people. It was out of control. And but a lot of the shows have been really just unbelievable. I'd have to say Mountain View takes the cake, though.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's badass. Now, tell me about the albums that are out and what you're working on, things like that.
Well, I just put out a record on Horus Records. It's me and Lars' label. The record is called Sick Kids. Just came out in May, and it's the follow-up to my first record, which I put out in 2005, and it's a record about the trials and tribulations of a drug addict. It's about my journey getting clean, and it's a very dark record, a very personal record, and one that I really believe wholeheartedly in, and that's what I'm out here supporting.
And I just put out a free mixtape. It's called Indie Rocket Science.
Nice.
You can get it from mclars.com. My new album, Lars Attacks, comes out September 6th. And we got Weerd Science is on it, KRS-One, Sage Francis.
Oh, wow.
It's a cool collab. A lot of great artists on it, including myself.
That's very cool. And so with the label, are you guys like signing other bands and stuff too, or is it just for you guys, or?
Well, it's really, Lars always includes me. Lars has worked for years building up Horus Records and signed me to it. But it is something that I'm really proud to represent. We've both been part of the kind of major label machine, and this, we do everything ourselves. It's DIY. I signed with Lars, but I own my masters, and we're out here, putting in the miles and putting in the work, and, especially at this juncture in the music industry where it's at, I couldn't believe more in what we're doing. But Lars could tell you more about Horus Records.
Right on.
Yeah, man, it started just as an imprint. Like, I've been distributed by majors, I've been on other indie labels, and I always just wanted to have the Horus Records logo. It's a reference to the Monster Squad, an old movie. Horus is one of the characters, and so it was just kind of my label. And so I got to the point where I was like, man, I want to help develop another artist. I've been a fan of Weerd Science since 2005, and
Right.
I heard his record Sick Kids, and I was like, I want to help this guy put it out. So we raised collectively $30,000 on Kickstarter.
Nice.
And it's all just been DIY to the fans. We just got back from Europe, and we're touring a lot internationally. We're going to work on a record together. It's just, right now Horus Records is just the means by which we get our music to the people, the way we distribute it, the way we get on tour, and it's been a lot of fun, man, because DIY, it takes a lot of work, but really, if you're DIY, you believe in what you do, you'll stick around, and you own what you create, and you know where every dollar's going. And so it's like, sometimes if you're on a bigger label, they'll push you, but if your follow-up record doesn't sell 50,000 or more, they'll drop you, and then you're
Right.
worse off. So we just want to build fan by fan. We're up every morning putting up posters, handing out postcards. Like, we work really hard, but every day is totally worth it, and we love it. We're honored to be on Warped Tour.
That's really, really cool. I mean, and that is the future of the music industry. I mean,
absolutely.
There's no doubt about it. And you got to support these guys. I mean, and so the Kickstarter thing, that's sort of like, that's a pretty huge amount to actually raise on that site.
Yeah. It was mind-blowing. For me, I hadn't put out a record. I had to spend some time getting clean. I mean, it's not something that I want to scream from the mountaintops, but I think it's an important piece of knowledge for, me as an artist. I was a heroin addict for almost 10 years, and I had to spend a couple years getting clean and getting used to just being me again, and that takes time. It's not something that happens in a month,
Right.
And then here I was with this record, and I wasn't sure what to do. I didn't know if Equal Vision was going to put it out. I wasn't sure, and along came Lars, and he said, let's do this Kickstarter. I was terrified, because because I didn't know anybody gave a shit, who gave a crap anymore. And you know, I was really scared that there'd be $50 in there, but you know, luckily I was able to raise 10 grand, and you know, we're bringing the art to the people where it belongs. You know, we don't need a middleman or a corporate entity. We're bringing it right to the people and putting the miles on the road and going and doing shows in your town. And the Kickstarter thing was really a life-changing thing for me. It became like this deep thing, this thing I was so afraid of. And it was exciting to go on there and see, oh my God, another 10 people actually give a shit. What? And really validated a lot of the things that I want to do in my life. So, you know, for me, it was an incredibly kind of deep and personal thing. And I'm really glad we did it. I'm really glad, you know, it was all Lars's idea. And, you know, I owe Lars a lot of credit. And you know, I'm excited that he put my record out. I feel like that in and of itself validated what I was doing. And we're out here putting in the work and having fun and you know, pushing the boundaries, man.
Nice. So what's up next for you guys?
Lots of stuff. I go to, right after Warped Tour, I'm going to China, which I'm over the moon about, really excited. I'm doing the Black Rabbits Fest. I've never been to China, even all my years touring in Coheed, I never went to China. So really excited to go as Weerd Science. And then Terrible Things plays Australia. So I'm thinking about just flying from China to Australia, do that, and then a US tour. We're gonna make a record together, but Lars has got a ton of stuff going on too.
Doing a 2-month tour with this guy, MC Chris, who's a wonderful indie rapper. We went to Europe with him.
2 months in America, US tour.
2 months US, and then we're hoping to go to Russia and back to Europe and Australia again. And
Nice.
yeah, and I'm also going to work on a kids album. And I want to try to do educational hip hop and launch it like an educational hip hop TV show. That's kind of my project, one of my projects for 2012. So there's a lot going on. You know, as soon as you slow down, you stop doing it. So we're just so inspired and excited to keep making music and keep the momentum going from this summer, because it's really been a dream come true being out here.
That's awesome. All right, there's one last question. It's the festival survey question, and it is: what is the worst day job you've ever had in your life?
You got a good one.
Yeah, you know, I worked at a summer camp where I had to lug big bags of garbage into the recycling and into the garbage, and we had to work in the kitchen cleaning lots of dishes, and that was just not so glamorous. I mean, I got to work with kids too, but like that part of it was just grimy and gross, and you'd smell disgusting and like cleaning out the trash room.
That's pretty gnarly.
I'd have to say my worst day job is I haven't had many day jobs. Like, you know, I was signed out of high school, and then that band got dropped, and I was like, great, now what am I going to do with my life? I was supposed to be a rock star. What the hell happened? And I went and I worked at this gas station called Cumberland Farms, where there was like a lot of cleanup stuff like that. Everybody in this town would bring their bottles. They'd never clean them out. It's just like old beer, and there was a bee's nest in the back that you constantly had to do battle with bees to get to the bottles. And it was pretty gnarly, actually. I think I got stung like 100 times. And when I quit that job, I just left my Cumberland Farms apron on the gas pump. I just tied it to the gas pump because the manager came in to get something, and I knew that was my chance to leave. And my friend pulled up on his motorcycle, and I just bailed. And that manager came in to like grab some money. She was supposed to be there for 5 minutes. I bet she still hates me to this day, because I'm sure she stayed because she actually gave a hoot. But that was my worst day job. But I've had a couple, you know, even in my adult life. After leaving Coheed, I had to start making money, and I did some painting. And that was actually pretty cool. So I'm not going to knock the painting gig.
Yeah.
That was actually probably one of my best jobs. But we'll see what the future holds. Hopefully no more day jobs.
Yeah.
Please buy my record so I don't have to go work at a gas station. That's all I'm qualified to do.
Don't
honestly.
make this man battle bees ever again in his life.
Please. Has it come to this? Love this guy.
We're gonna do telethons and stuff.
Yeah, do the telethon so I don't
Bye,
have to
sick
work
kids.
Right on, guys. Thanks for your time.
Much love, man. Thank you.
Groovy, you're the man. You're the only interview I remember from Warped Tour. We do so many interviews every day. As soon as I saw you, I said, dude, that's Groovy. I remember that dude. How could you forget this guy? But cool, man. That was great. Thank you.
Right on. Cheers. Rock on.